And if you lose, boo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, Hello. How are you all? Is this good enough? Is that good? How is everyone? Long time no talk. I got that song on my mind, guys, just so you know. Okay. I've been listening to it. It's literally, it's on my TV. If you can see the reflection, the live version, of course, because I like looking at that. I don't remember his name. Brendan, I don't know. Panic at the Disco. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up. Aces, aces. I don't know why it's on my mind. It is not a new song, clearly. It has been on my mind. I have listened to it all day long. I just want you to know that. I drove to get my hair cut, hence why my hair's kind of straight. And got toner on, you know what I'm saying? I listened to it on the way home. And I have listened to it on repeat ever since. Okay. Do you guys do that? Do you guys just like get in a mood and you just want to hear the one song over and over and over and over? I do that. I get in moods. Like I went through 21 Pilots Saturday for like a month. last winter. Saturday. Anyway, I don't know if I'll be able to go live again before Christmas. So this is counting as our little Christmas get together, but I'll jump in, right? I'm done talking about bullshit. I'll play the song until I can't stand it anymore, over and over and over. Luna, you and I could be besties. Yes, that is me. Okay, that is so me. You didn't get a notification. Well, maybe it's because I fucked it up at first, to be honest with you, Priya. Because first I made it. If you noticed, it said 7:30. I made it originally and then couldn't understand why it wasn't coming up anywhere after I'd gone and put it on TikTok and put it on Instagram and it wasn't showing up on YouTube. And then I'm like, oh my God, I didn't set it to public. I left it as unlisted. So I had to go in and make a whole new one. And I'm like, well, I ain't going to make it for fucking 7:30. I'm going to have to make it for 7:45 now, but I ain't changing that thumbnail. So maybe that had something to do with it. I fucked it up. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Oh, man, that's going to be on my mind. I will just come out and sing it again. I'm sorry. And for anybody that's new, just a reminder why we're in this mode. What's this called? Is this vertical? Vertical? Yeah. In vertical as opposed to landscape or horizontal. Because this makes it easier for clips later. Clips for me. So I'm being selfish and keeping it in this mode. Even though, don't get me wrong, okay? To those of you who would prefer it in landscape, listen, I secretly agree with you. I know it's more pleasurable to watch it in landscape instead of seeing the black boxes on the sides of me, but keeping it real, okay? So let's see. Limitless Queen Batch. She's back. She's back. Where do fruits go on vacation? Paris. Love it. Manifesting Maven member for 3 months. Pre-Christmas zhuzh. Yes. I love you, Kim. I love you too. Happy holidays. Unintentionally manifested a bunch of things on time crunches. Realized manifesting, we time crunch all the time. And it's literally in our nature to do this. This is true. This is true. But at the same time, Don't stress yourself out. Don't stress yourself out, right? Just be identifying who you are. Who are you? You're the version of self that is whatever it is that you need on a time crunch. You're that version of self now. That's the reality you're in. That's simple. I know it doesn't always feel that simple, but it is. So start carrying yourself like that's who you are, my friend. Limitless Queen Betch. Member for 7 months. So happy to be back in the membership group. Can't wait to talk to you tomorrow, Betch. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow, my friend. I cannot wait. I'm so glad you're back. I'm excited. Manifesting Maven again. Thank you very much. Let's celebrate their 3rd super on a live stream. Do you guys get that notification or does it just come on my end? Just because you're the best. Well, thank you so much. That was very nice. Girl, that was sweet. Thank you. Is it Adeline? Thank you very much. Kim, I'm trying to manifest my SP to send me flowers for a few weeks, and I don't know. What am I doing wrong? Help. We are in quiet time right now. Okay, so are you identifying as we are in quiet time right now? Don't get me wrong. Don't mistake me asking you that as if we can't be accepting what we're experiencing in our reality. That's not what I'm saying. However, if you're consistently identifying as we're in quiet time, we're in no contact, we're not speaking right now, they haven't contacted me in such and such, how long? Is that the version of you who believes that flowers actually might show up? Or is that the version of you who thinks, oh my God, we're in quiet time. Why are we in quiet time? When are they going to talk to me? Why aren't they talking to me? What if they never talk to me again? See what I mean? So who are you being? Who are you really being? Don't go logical. And I think sometimes we all get lost in logic. Logic is only our friend when it's benefiting us, right? Only when it's benefiting us. So, who do you want to be? What do you want your 3D to actually look like? If you want to be the you that receives flowers from your person, then you start identifying as that. You start telling yourself, yeah, I always get flowers from whatever SP's name is. I always do. He can't get enough of me. He loves spoiling me because that's the version of myself I am. I know I'm worthy and deserving of being spoiled. I'm worthy and deserving of receiving flowers, gifts, attention, affection, constant contact, or whatever it is you're manifesting. That's who you are now. And, you know, when you're thinking about the fact that you're in quiet time, why are you in quiet time? What's the reason you're in quiet time? Not the logical 3D reason. I mean, why are you in quiet time? How did that manifest? Who were you being that manifested? See what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in a negative way, like, you know, what did you do? You fucked up. You manifested no contact. That's not what I mean. I mean, how did that manifest? What were you believing about yourself that was a possibility? See what I mean? So are you identifying as the version of yourself that doesn't have limited beliefs? Or are you the version of yourself that does and thinks it's possible to go into no contact with the person that's supposed to be obsessed with your ass? Got to ask yourself, who are you really carrying yourself as? Okay? Braven, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Do you guys get these? Or is it just me who gets the notification? It doesn't come on this end, so I don't know. I think that's weird. Okay. Well, thanks, Braven. Kim, just want you to know that I love you. I love you, and I am so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you, Braven. You know I love it when you get on and talk, too. I wish you were the first manifestation coach I found. Would have had my shit. That was so nice. Thank you very much. But listen, you found me in perfect timing. You found me when you were ready for me, right? And I do think that is a thing. Even though, don't get me wrong, it annoys the shit out of me that there are limited peeps claiming to teach this stuff. It bugs me too. I find it irritating. I try not to put my awareness on it. so that I stop seeing it and hearing about it. But I still focus on it, keeping it real. But let's look at it as maybe you weren't ready for me yet. Do you know what I mean? We're all evolving, we're all shifting. And I like to think that everything is unfolding perfectly at all times, even if we don't feel like it. So maybe you found who you found when you were ready for the level up. Yeah, and I'm the level up. Yeah, I'm claiming that. See what I mean? But I love you, Braven. I enjoy speaking with you thoroughly. I look forward to you sharing in the Zhuzh group because it's always like we're on an adventure with you. I'm not kidding. It always feels like we're on an adventure with Braven when Braven talks. Because she's always somewhere where she can't talk. So she's got to talk low. And we walk with her as she's holding her phone and then pretending not to be talking to anybody. And then she gets into a location where she can talk. And she's got this beautiful accent. It's an adventure. Oops. There we go. Clarity. Okay. Clarity. Thank you very much. Member for 21 months. Hi, Kim. I say that I'm the person whose peace is never disturbed, but the noise my neighbors make drive me crazy. What to do? It's all the time. Okay. Here's the thing. I know it bugs you. I know it's irritating. But the more we focus on how much it bugs you, the more we're keeping it in your awareness and the more it's going to keep showing up. So why don't we say the opposite? Why don't we say, I can't believe how quiet the neighbors have been. I can't believe how quiet they are now. Or I can't believe how quickly they moved the fuck on out of here. I can't believe the neighbors just up and left like that. I can't believe they just up and left. Now we have people that we don't even know exist over there. It's so quiet. See what I mean? Focus on it being quiet. Because if you're telling yourself that your peace is never disturbed, not that that's a perfectly good affirmation, okay? So it's not that that's not a good one, but because you're still focusing on the noise, we want to get around that. So let's get around it as you can't believe how quiet they are. You cannot believe how quiet. They're getting quieter and quieter. See what I mean? We're still having them in our awareness, but you're going to do it anyway because you're focusing on them bothering you. So let's put it in a different tense. Excuse me, not tense, but a different intention. Let's compliment them. How quiet they fucking are. You can't believe how quiet they are. And bring yourself into that awareness. Make sense? It's worked for me. I can't tell you how many people I've gotten rid of because of similar things. Shay Nicole, thank you very much. Member for 11 months. Hi, Kim. You look amazing, sexy, and saucy tonight. Glad that you are feeling so much better. Thank you so much, Shay Nicole. Do you like it? I cut my sweatshirt. And this is not just my bra. It's actually a tank top, so I'm not being too sexy. My hairdresser cleaned me up. That's what it was. I have a new one. I have a new hair person, hairstylist, hairdresser. I don't know what the right word is. Beautician? Stylist? So this is the first time she did my hair, and I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. Just saying. Not that you guys wanted those details. I'm just giving them to you. Meg, thank you very much. Okay, I know it's silly, but I can't shake off that feeling that he doesn't love me, don't care anymore. It makes so hard to be in the end. I never felt that before and feeling so lost. By the way, I have a dog. You have a dog? What kind of a dog? Let's hear about the dog, girl. All right. So can I assume that right now, Meg, you are in quiet time with that person? Thanks, Shay. Can you tell me, Meg, are you not necessarily speaking to this person right now? Are you there? You gonna answer me? Okay. Samoyed. What is Samoyed? I don't know. I've never heard of that kind of a puppy before. I'm sure it's cute. But I want some details. Yes. Okay. So we're in quiet time. So right now, Mag, you're in the state of your person doesn't love you anymore. That's the state you're embodying. And that's why it feels so real to you. And that's why you feel like you can't shake that feeling off. It's not because it's a fact. It's because of your state. So that's who you're being. And I do think that being that I know your circumstances just because you've shared them, I think you are attached to the 3D. And I think you're seeing these 3D circumstances and you're believing in them wholeheartedly. I think you're attached. And I get it. We all on this journey have our moments of being too attached to our 3D. But I recognize the circumstances that played out for you with your person. But like I would tell anyone else, he cannot show up loving you while you feel so wholeheartedly that he doesn't. You have to get to the place of denying your senses. You have to want this. You have to want this more than listening to the thoughts that are coming in or the feelings you're having over how he feels. You see, because no matter what you think, that's going to be what happens. And what I mean by that is not to make you panic. I'm saying if you're sitting there wholeheartedly believing he doesn't love you and doesn't want to be with you, and if you're going to stay in that mindset without making some kind of I refuse to be that version of self conviction, then he reflects what you believe. He's not sitting at his home consciously choosing to not show up for you. He never has. He has never been consciously choosing to let you down, not make you, not allow you to feel like a priority, not show up for you. He's never consciously doing that. He's just always reflecting. And I know you've had some, we'll say like hot and cold experiences on your journey. Hot and cold is never because there's something wrong in our 3D. Hot and cold is always who we are being. Always. It's always a reflection. For some, it's a reflection of who they've been dominantly. So Mag, fuck your circumstances. Fuck them entirely. It doesn't matter what's happened so far. It doesn't matter the things, the experiences you've had with him. We've got to see them as nothing but manifestations of your old limited self. They don't matter. This feeling, this internal feeling you're having that he just doesn't love you is not coming from him. It's not coming from your intuition. It's coming from your state of consciousness and nothing more than that. And if you are someone that has had beliefs that you're not good enough, not a priority, not chosen, which are all connected, those three are together. If you've had them, and if you've had them for any period of your life, you're in a habit of responding to your 3D from that thinking. You're in a habit. Habits are not facts either. Messages from intuition, from higher self, from God, from universe, are not based in fear. They're based in love. Okay? Because who we truly are as pure, unadulterated consciousness is unconditional love. That's who we are. So, Mag, you need to make a decision with conviction that you're not going to give in to these thoughts anymore. You're sitting in them, and I know you are. I know you are from no other reason than the last time I did a live chat. You were feeling the same way. So it's definitely been a couple of days and maybe longer than that. So you are, and listen, in your defense, you might be choosing to be a new self, but you're going back and forth. You're wavering. So keeping it real, we all waver. This isn't about being perfect, but we've got to tip the scales with new self. You've got to tip the scales. No one outside of you, nothing outside of you is going to force a manifestation on you. Do you know what I mean by that? No outside source is taking manifestations away, and they're never being forced on us either. We, as the people in charge, the HBICs of our realities, we're in charge of who we are. We're in charge of who we're deciding to be, and we have the free will to make that choice, the free will to choose who we are. So are you the version of yourself that gets the guy you fucking want? Are you the version of yourself who pays attention to the 3D and believes only the 3D and believes and overthinks circumstances and prepares for the worst and braces for impact and expects SPs to let us down, not talk to us, not make us a priority? Who are you choosing to be? You have to make the decision. And this message isn't just for Mag. This is for anybody else sweating over SPs. Nobody can make you decide to be the you that has your manifestation. Only you can make it. And you have to want the change more than sitting in circumstances. Because listen, we are all conditioned. Every single one of us is conditioned to fucking really be super duper diligent and super crafty at proving ourselves right. I just feel like he doesn't love me anymore. We're really good at then thinking about things they may have said and tones of voices they may have used when they said certain things. And how, oh, they were late showing up for this time we were seeing each other. And then they canceled on this date. And then they said, no, they really don't like this dinner I made. They didn't like this and they didn't like that. Oh my God, the signs were there all along. They never loved me. We're conditioned to be fucking expert detectives. But all we're doing is manifesting from the known, manifesting from habit, manifesting from experiences. You are breaking free of this. The whole point of mindset work, manifestation work, is breaking free of the fucking matrix. It's breaking free of the illusion that we've all been sucked in and glued to our entire lives. But you gotta be the one to do it, right? We can zhuzh you with videos and live streams, but when the clicker's off, right? When the TV's off, the phone's put down, or the laptop's closed, who the fuck are you? Are you back to old self who doesn't get dick? Or are you standing in conviction with your decision to get what you want, to have what you want, to have who you want, and not giving a fuck what the 3D is telling you? Who gives a shit what the 3D says? The 3D is a manifestation of old self. The 3D is the manifestation of the version of you that doesn't have dick. So we don't give a shit what evidence we're seeing in the 3D. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have to mean anything. You decide what it means. But this, like I said, that overwhelming internal feeling that things are just different now. It feels so much different now. This is the longest we've gone without talking. Listen, I'm not picking on you. These were things that I used to think too. This was me in a solo vacation. It feels so different this time. He's acting so much different. He's going so long without talking to me. He must be happy without me. Who was I being? Outside of being a fucking victim, who was I being? I was being the version of me that didn't get dick. And then I was shocked, horror, dismayed that nothing was showing up for me. Do you see what I mean? But nobody could show up and make me get into that mindset of, all right, fuck this. Fuck this. I want what I want. And I don't care how I get it. I am going to be new self. And maybe that little powerful mood that I got into, maybe it only lasted a little while. Maybe I'd fall right back out of it, which I'm sure you do. But I got back up again because I wanted what I wanted. So do you want it? Or do you want to sit back and be afraid you're not going to get it? And I honestly do mean this from love. I'm not meaning it to beat you up, Meg. Let's be serious. Do you want it or not? Thoughts are just thoughts. Thoughts are just thoughts. They are nothing more than opportunities to other realities, aka other versions of yourself. Your overwhelming feeling that he doesn't love you or doesn't care about you is not coming from your higher self. It's coming from fear. We don't listen to fear. That's the whole point of being an HBIC. We don't listen to fear. Fuck that. We get what we want. But in order to get what we want, we have to stand in conviction with our decision. Even if we have to remind ourselves a couple of times a day that we are in that conviction with that new decision. Even if we got to do that until it gets easier to make the decision. And how you make that decision is completely up to you, whether it's affirmations, visualizations, inner conversations, scripting, it doesn't matter. But Meg, you can fucking do this. Everyone has moments they have to remind themselves of who they're being. Everyone does. My experience has been when I feed into my 3D, when I believe in my 3D more than I believe up here, I get sucked back into it, and I get sucked into a version of myself I don't want to be. But when I readjust myself and remind myself of who the fuck I am, who I want to be, things just change. They just change. Things just start lining up. So who are you choosing to be? Choose a new self. Choose the you that gets what you want. We don't have to see SP in front of us for us to be able to identify as the version of ourselves that's in the most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. We want the evidence. We want to see them. We want to be with our SPs, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. But we have to identify as that person to get it. That's how we get it. We don't wait on the 3D to show us evidence that we can go ahead and identify as the version of ourselves that has our manifestation. I think that's what some of us do, and that's why we get half-ass results. This message is for all. This isn't towards Mag. I'm saying it in general. There's a chunk of us, I used to do this too. That's how I know you're doing it. You wait until you have, oh, I got movement in the 3D. I got movement. I got a BBL. Okay, I can be in a good mood now. Manifestation's working. I'm going to be new self. I can do this. And then if we don't get any movement, or we get a shitty thought, and then that thought affects our mood, so then it takes us even into a longer spiral of how we don't have what we want. And maybe that's a moment that we decide to reach out to SP and they don't reflect the way we want. So then we decide, this doesn't fucking work. I can't do this. Why am I wasting my time over this person? Why am I doing this? I should just give up. This doesn't work. This is stupid. What a waste of fucking time. I'm so dumb for doing this. We definitely don't take the time to say, fuck that, I'm going to identify as new self. I can identify as new self no matter what my 3D is saying. No, we wait for the 3D. That's fucking ass backwards. That is not conscious manifesting. That is manifesting from the known. Do we all understand what that means? Manifesting from the known versus manifesting from the unknown. The unknown is what we're all choosing to do. The unknown. Some of you are manifesting health. Some of you are manifesting money. And maybe those things are things you've never had before. Some of you are manifesting a specific person that you've never had a full, loving, committed relationship with. So that's all the unknown to you. That's what we want to manifest from. And do you know how we do that? We do that by identifying and choosing to be the versions of ourselves that have that already. That know I'm in the reality where I'm going to experience all of that. And I know everything I experience out here is leading me to it. Everything is. Every single moment. Even the moments that I'm frustrated. Even the moments that I'm having a worry that maybe this isn't working, but I'm going to stick to my decision anyway. Even those moments are moving me into the version of me who can have it. But if we were all to sit back and just wait for the 3D to give us evidence before we could decide to be our new selves, that's the group that's experiencing hot and cold and not getting what they want. And by the way, if you're having hot and cold, don't start shitting yourself. This message may not be for you. You might just be misreading your 3D. And what do I mean by misreading the 3D? I mean, you should always be reading your 3D as always unfolding to you, unfolding to exactly what you want. Sometimes we misunderstand and we label it as, oh my God, this isn't working. They don't want us. They're not coming for us. They don't want the relationship. They said they don't want the relationship still. So who gives a fuck? You choose new self anyway. They'll change. We don't give a shit what they say in the 3D. We don't care. They're going to change. They have to. They have to if you're choosing new self. Undeniable. But you see what I'm saying? You've got to choose it first. You got to want it first. You have to do it without seeing it in the 3D. You've got to do it even when your mind is saying, bitch, you are crazy. This is not going to fucking work for you. This isn't real. Right? This is woo-woo bullshit. Even in those moments, nope, fuck that. I'm new self. I don't know how, I don't know when. I really have no clue if this is working, but I am new self. The people that are doing that anyway, despite their 3D, are the people that are going to manifest fully. Don't let the fucking 3D scare you. Don't let it scare you. And don't let scary, doubtful thoughts equal, well, oh, that might be my higher self giving me a warning that that person's not good for me. Maybe why they haven't shown up and chose me. It's because God's saying that that's the wrong person for me. And I have to give up on them now. No. For the love of Christ. If we were to give up every time we farted sideways, we wouldn't have shit. Okay? Return to your decision. Return to it. I am telling you, if you keep returning to that, despite what your 3D looks like, and despite what fucking mood you're in, you're going to get what you want. It's going to unfold to it. Period. Period. Okay, Mag? Okay. Kono. I hope I said that. Is it Kono? Kono. Member for 1 month. Thank you very much. Hi, Kim. I'm manifested my ideal job and I love it. So thankful for your tips. Oh, congratulations. Wonderful. Okay. I was wondering if you had any tips for detaching from the 3D when manifesting weight loss. Fuck, yes, I do. You came to the right person. Yeah, don't get on the scale. First of all, don't fucking get on the scale. And if you're just so determined to get on that scale, you limit yourself to only once every 6 months. And that's, to me, that's considered too much. Once a year would be good. Don't get on the scale. Consider the scale like someone manifesting an SP getting on their SP social media. Consider that the same damn thing. Checking the 3D. That's what the scale is. We don't care about the scale. We don't care about that number. I know secretly you care about that number, but that number is not going to matter right now because you have to keep identifying as the you that the weight is melting off of. And you're losing weight so quickly. The next thing, don't get in that goddamn mirror and start looking at yourself and saying, oh my God, this isn't working. I'm still fat, or I'm still this, or I'm still, none of that. You start identifying as the you that the weight is melting off of you. You will be inspired to take action that aligns with weight loss. What do I mean by that? I mean that you will be inspired to do things, to make choices, to make decisions so flippantly, so easily, nothing you're dreading. No decisions, no actions that you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. It'll be nothing like that. You will want to do things. So I'll share if you have not already heard mine, because I've shared this a million times before. I started the manifesting weight loss way back when. So this was before Kim had a channel, okay? I used to weigh 300 fucking pounds. 305 to be exact. I'm 5'2", so you can imagine the picture. Okay, so I started scripting. That's all I knew to do for manifesting back then. I came from law of attraction, then found law of assumption. Well, Neville Goddard. I started scripting that the weight was falling off of me. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. And when I first started, I didn't understand states of consciousness. I didn't understand this whole identifying as that version of myself. I only understood affirming for what you want, but I would script it instead of saying it. So back then I did write a weight, like a goal weight, like, oh, I finally now weigh this amount. I will tell you that in the beginning of my journey, I would get on the scale and it would trigger the fuck out of me. That's how I learned the lesson of, nope, getting on that scale must be the same thing as checking 3D. That's where that decision came from, right? So I stopped doing that, and then I stopped scripting that goal weight amount. So I'm not telling you that you have to not affirm for a goal weight. I am not. You can do that if you want. I'm saying I chose to stop doing it because I was getting triggered. Because, and also just to keep this 100% real, is I also was trying to manifest me breaking the cycle of yo-yo dieting. Okay, so bear in mind, I found manifestation when I was 38. I'm 49. I really didn't start taking it seriously till I was about 42-ish. So starting from like 16 years old up until that point, I had been a yo-yo dieter, right? So losing substantial amount of weight and then eventually putting it back on and more, losing it again, putting it back on and more. Always on some kind of a fucking new diet, the new fad diet, whatever it was at that time. That was me. I was always in a diet mindset, even while I was gaining weight, if that makes sense. But there was always me in a terrible relationship with food, okay? I was scared of certain kind of foods. And if I would eat them, I would then beat myself up here. And the bigger I got, the worse I beat myself up. I wanted freedom from that, okay? So my journey included that along with getting weight off of me and keeping it off, just to keep it 100. So I would script that the weight was coming off of me and that I could do it without restriction. Because I didn't want to restrict myself. I didn't want to be afraid of food anymore. Certain types of food, certain foods. I wanted to live free. I wanted to eat whatever the fuck I wanted and still lose weight. And I know that sounds crazy, but I figured, well, what the fuck? They said you can manifest whatever you want. Why can't I have that? That was my attitude. So I started scripting it, and I did not restrict what kind of food. I still don't. So I started doing that, and I lost 80 pounds, and that came off surprisingly quickly. what I realized was I was led through inspired action to intermittent fasting. So it was never me saying, I'm going to intermittent fast today. I'm going to restrict myself from eating the morning, the afternoon, and I'm only going to eat dinner. That was never my conscious thought, because that's still a dieting mindset, okay? What happened in my 3D life was things kept, like life circumstances kept coming and getting in the way, that I didn't have time for breakfast and then I didn't have time for lunch. So it was never me, oh my God, I'm so hungry, I didn't eat lunch. That thought never came in my mind, but something would always distract me. And then I realized, holy shit, I'm intermittent fasting and I didn't even mean to. And like, so everything kind of made sense. This is how I'm losing the weight without trying. Because when I would eat and it became a habit from inspired action, it was dinner time. And I still live like that even to this day. So the first 80 pounds came just from that. And then the next round of inspired action that came for me was, I don't know if you know, there's another YouTuber. She's huge, she's got tons of followers. So her name's Grow with Joe. So I had like 2 or 3 people bring up her channel name around me in the 3D world. And then she kept showing up on my, like recommended on my YouTube. So I would watch her and she's just got, in my opinion, she's got good personality and she's got something about her that it looked like she was having fun. So she, without knowing it, was putting me in the mood to move my body. All inspired action. Nothing I did by force. I didn't start working out with, oh my God, I have to work out in order to keep losing weight. That was never, ever a thought. It was pleasure. It was pleasure, if that makes sense, okay? So that's where the rest of I've lost over 100 pounds now. I stick to what I told you about the scale. I have only been on the scale roughly since the moment I made the decision to not get on that scale anymore, once. So when I got on that scale for that, to notice the 80 pounds, from that moment, only one time from that. So I know I've probably even lost more than that 100, just because my clothing size keeps changing. But all I ever did was script it. And once I understood states of consciousness and understanding, you know, who you're identifying as, well, obviously I kind of threw that in there, that I'm finally at peace with my body and that I fit into comfortable clothes and I don't feel, you know, I don't feel ugly anymore type of shit. And yeah, so those are my tips for weight loss. It'll fucking work if you allow it to. But I cannot stress the importance of not relying on your 3D evidence when you first start. Allow yourself to manifest your smaller and smaller body, right? Because I think everybody would be, I don't know what it was like it's a good thing if everybody got out of that dieting mindset and stopped struggling with diets and instead started identifying as the version of selves that actually love their bodies and love what they look like and let them naturally manifest into a bodies you love. That's why you can do appearance changes. You manifest your body every single morning, right? But you're just breaking through that conditioning of believing you wake up to the same body every morning. No, you re-manifest it every morning, just saying. And I just say morning because that's where the majority of us wake up, is the morning. I know not everybody lives on that schedule, but. So, does that help, I hope? I'm assuming it does. You are welcome, Kono. All right, Amber. I've been doing the Mrs. JE challenge since December 1st, and SP Surprise visited my job twice. but I missed him each time. Amber, are you fucking kidding me? Your SP showed up twice. And listen, it doesn't matter that you missed him. You won't miss him. Listen, it's not going to happen. Don't you give up. This is not a coincidence, okay? Don't look at this as a negative. Listen, logically and literally, I get it. I get the disappointment that you weren't there to see him or whatever. You guys missed paths. Don't see it that way. See it as BB fucking L. See it as movement. Get back to your decision. Don't you give up on this. That sounds like unfolding to me. That's what that sounds like to me. Get busy and be excited. That's movement. You think it's a coincidence that he showed up at your job twice? You think that's just a quinky dink since you've started doing the Mrs. J challenge? No. Okay? Don't overthink it. Everybody's sick of just BBLs, but if you look at them like, this sucks, I'm so sick of BBLs, who are you being? Who are you being? Same here, BBLs out the ass. Listen, I was like that too. Snap your fucking asses out of that, okay? I used to be like that. So sick of these BBLs. Sucks. This isn't what I want. I want my full manifestation. Was that me being the version of myself that had my shit? No. That was me being the version of myself secretly being in a victim state out of frustration that I didn't have what I wanted. So who are you being? Just saying. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Helen, beautiful BFF. Bestie, happy early Christmas. Your gifts should all be delivered. Some may not say they are from me, but they are from Amazon. I am just currently talking. Oh, wait. I am just currently taking to my man as I watch your live. You're talking to your man? Are you really? Are you talking to SP, Helen? Congratulations. I'm not surprised. Girl, I believe I have received gifts from Amazon from you. And I actually think they said from you on a little note. I know they did. And they will be in another video. But thank you very much. You didn't have to send, nobody has to send me anything. It's very much appreciated to all of you that have sent me stuff. Thank you. And the Christmas cards. Thank you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I love Christmas. So Helen's talking to her man. Love it. Faith in the Unseen One. Thank you very much. New sub. Well, welcome. I have a tough time knowing I'm prioritized. Always in no contact for him to claim me. Okay, we got to change that story, Faith in the Unseen. You got to change that. You got to snap, crackle, pop out of that one. I know, I make it sound like, get over it. I used to be married to a victim state. Married to it. And then I would get really fucking angry about my 3D. And then I would get mad at manifesting in general. Just the topic of conversation of manifestation used to piss me off, especially if I wasn't getting what I wanted. Here's the thing. Why do you think you're having a tough time knowing you're a priority? Are you having a tough time knowing that because something in the 3D isn't allowing you to know it? Because I'm going to keep it real. When I was in the victim state, yeah, it was because something in the 3D wasn't allowing me to be a priority. But that's the thing, is we don't wait for SPs to show up and treat us like a priority. We decide it first. We choose it for ourselves first. We make ourselves the priority first. And if we have a specific person that we have a story with, and a story meaning like they don't treat us like we're a priority to them, and we believe that, and that's, that's how we describe them when we think of them, and I remember at one time thinking, I can't even fucking picture him making me a priority. I can't even picture him doing that. Yeah, no, that's never going to happen. That was me. Okay. Clearly we can see that it changed. But I had to become the me that could drop that fucking story. I had to become the me that could let things go. That could let things go. Let old stories go. Let the old experiences go. And by letting them go, I mean, it's making a decision that, okay, I'm not gonna listen to the memories of the old experiences anymore because they're not helping me, because I don't want to manifest from the known. I don't want to manifest from my old experiences. I want to manifest from the unknown. I want to manifest, right? I want to manifest from here, from new self-consciousness. That's who I want to be. I want the new experiences. I don't want the same old shit. So I have to become the new me to get the new me manifestations. So we are always able to be any version of ourselves, and that includes being the version of ourselves that can let things go. You got to remember, we are in a habit of being a particular version of ourselves. All you're doing is breaking the habit of being that old self. Any decision made with conviction is a decision that the rewiring begins. It's that conviction. Do we all know what conviction means? It's like, I'm not taking anything less than what I want. I want change. I refuse to be my old self. I refuse to be limited by my old self, the self that had limiting beliefs, the self that believed she wasn't a priority, the self that believed she wasn't good enough. I refuse. I am my new self. I know I'm a priority. I'm more than a priority. I'm more than good enough. I'm more than enough. There's no one better than me in my own fucking reality. I'm it. I'm it. That's not arrogance. That's not being conceited. That's realizing you're in charge of your reality. Just you are. You're it. There's no one else running the ship but you. It's you taking accountability. It's you taking over the fucking steering wheel of your own world. Okay? That's not you being too conceited, too into yourself. None of that. Do you all think that it's not a coincidence that we're all taught to not be conceited, not be arrogant, not to be selfish? Do you see what I'm saying? The world doesn't revolve around you. You can't ask for things that are like selfish desires. You think that that's just a coincidence that we're all conditioned with that? You've got to break free from that and realize it's okay to put yourself on top. That doesn't make us bad people for loving on ourselves. If we don't love on ourselves, how are we going to get love reflected back to us? You know what I'm saying? How? How can I expect a man, because I'm into men, how can I expect a man to show up and make me a priority to him in his world and love me unconditionally and want to build a life together if I don't think I'm worthy of that, if I don't feel good enough for that, if I don't think that I'm worthy of being that fucking priority? If I don't believe it, how can anyone else show up giving it to me? They can't. If everyone in our reality, everyone that we intermingle with is everyone as you push out, if they were reflecting my beliefs back to me, if that's what I'm experiencing, if I don't make me the number one, no one out here is going to. So turn inward and decide that you are a fucking priority, that you're more than enough and you are worthy and deserving of anything you fucking desire, including letting old stories go. And think about it. Old stories are what? They're memories, number one. They're memories of manifestations from your old limited self. So we can let those go. Some of us get so attached to the pain and the hurt and the anger of previous experiences with specific people that we're not thinking clearly. We're thinking, we don't want to be hurt again. We can't believe that they hurt us. We can't believe they did what they did. Or, I don't know, like having third parties, cheating on us, saying mean things, all the things that we can get hurt over. Some of us hang on to that so badly because we want to protect ourselves from going through it again. And I get that. And logically, I understand why you want to protect yourself. I wanted to do the same fucking thing too. But we're protecting ourselves from manifestations from our old limited selves. So who are we really protecting ourselves from? Because if SPs are only ever showing up reflecting, how can we stay mad at them? How do we stay in? Listen, I'm not saying we got to give everybody a fucking free pass or that we got to take everybody's bullshit. You all know if there's anybody on YouTube who says you don't have to be a doormat, it's me. But let's think of the big picture. If we've made the decision that we're going to continue manifesting a specific person and we really want the full relationship with them, then we gotta let old experiences go. Have to. No matter how much they hurt. I know things can be traumatic. But you being who you are, the God of your reality, you have the power and the authority through the power of God or the universe, whatever you believe in, to say, I refuse to be that old self. I don't accept those beliefs anymore. I don't think that I'm not good enough anymore. I don't believe that. And did y'all know that, yes, you can change a belief like that? I know we're taught that it's the repetition, and don't get me wrong, repetition is good. But you have the power behind you to change a belief like that instantly. We just don't believe we're that powerful. So we think we got to follow rules from out there. We're not bound by any rules. But the only person that can free yourself from them is yourself. Just saying. So, we want him to show up making you a priority? Then you have to decide that's who you are. Okay? Yes. That's next level manifestation ideology, Kim. Fofana, how are you doing? Huh? How are you doing? Yep, you change your mind all the time about things, so why not a limited belief? It's so true, guys. It's so true. Think about it from this way. Maybe for the logical thinkers, maybe this will help you from this perspective. Okay, so we've all had experiences. Let's say this is for like the specific person manifestors. Let's say you're manifesting someone that you've already had an entanglement with, maybe a previous relationship, blah, blah, blah. And when you first met that person, right? I bet you things were amazing. new love, right? Oh, amazing. Everything's wonderful. Then you caught feelings, and then suddenly they started acting twatish, whether it was a girl or a guy, right? Twatish. You noticed they started getting more distant, a little more cold, right? Then your fears started coming in. Well, what was happening was your beliefs were coming in and taking over like little monsters, okay? And then they said something to you like, yeah, I don't really know if I'm looking for a long-time relationship or what long-term thing right now. I don't think I'm looking for that. And it punched you in the gut, hurt your feelings, because that's not how they've been acting up until this point. Up until this point, they were acting like, oh my God, we need to get married. We love each other so much, right? Obviously, I'm just making this example up. But, so the minute they said that to you, I don't think I'm looking for a long-term relationship. That was it. You started a story. You didn't even realize you started it, but that started a story. They can leave me. They might not want me. They probably don't love me. I'm not good enough for them. They don't want a long-term relationship with me. Oh my God, I'm going to lose them. Right? We started the story that we believe that they don't want the full relationship from us. So look what we just did. We manifested from our belief of not good enough. It probably is. I swear it seems like everyone I talk to has a little touch of not good enough going on, okay? I'm not saying everybody, but it seems like it's everybody. Your belief of not good enough, I'm not good enough, is what was reflected back to you with their decision to say, I don't think I'm looking for a long-term relationship. That's why they showed up and said that to you. But because of that one belief of not good enough, you created another new belief. They don't want you. This is who they are as a person. And that story began. So now we got a new belief about that person. So now we got to beat two beliefs. But you weren't even aware that he only ever showed up saying something like that to you because of the original belief of not good enough. It was never, ever because he really didn't want you. It was never because of that. It was because of your belief. But do you see how it only took one experience from your person to create a belief instantly, just like that? So if we've got the power within this mind to do that simply from an experience, then why wouldn't we have the same power and authority to do the same exact thing, but in the other direction? Hello, revision. But you see what I'm saying? You do not have to necessarily conquer beliefs through experiences. You can conquer beliefs with conviction. Conviction. When we are in a mindset of thinking that we have to continue having experiences in order to conquer beliefs, what are we doing? We're limiting ourselves and we're forgetting who we are. We're thinking we're limited to this body as well. That's not who we are. We're consciousness. Consciousness is not bound by anything. We've believed that we've been bound, but we're not. And we have to be the ones to wake up and remember that so that we can shed the beliefs like nothing, shedding them. And maybe that's not instantly easy to accept, and that's okay. That's because of conditioning. That's where the repetition is our friend. But the repetition is nothing but a gentle reminder. It's a reminder of who you really are. It's bringing you back to remembering your consciousness. You can do whatever you want. Your consciousness. You're bound by nothing. I know it sounds woo-woo. I know it does, but I'm telling you, the more you focus in that direction, the quicker you're going to see how you can ditch beliefs like that, and you can actually start changing your world like that and start experiencing things you want like that. But again, you have to be the one to do it. You have to be the one to choose it. No one can choose it for you. But I'm telling you, if you're open to it and willing to accept it, and really, a very simple way of getting yourself there is just fucking going in a room, turning off all the technology, turning off the lights, closing your eyes, and just chilling out. Just chilling out. If you enjoy meditating, that'd be a great time. If you're like me and meditating, your mind is all over the fucking place, I just close my eyes and allow. And I'm never disappointed. You are consciousness and you can do whatever the fuck you want with your mind. You could have whatever you want. But you have to be the one to wake up and realize it and grab it. And by grabbing it, I mean choosing through conviction of who you want to be. Telling you. Okay. That just went down a rabbit hole, didn't it? Just saying. I am woo-woo and proud. Me too, Fofana. Fofana. Me too. Yes, Kim, I really got what states are because of you, girl. I love it. Love it. Life is pure woo-woo. Even real life is just some wild woo-woo. Agreed. Agreed. I would love a shirt that said that. I would love a shirt that, what is it? I am woo-woo and proud. I'm going to write that down. That's merch. Inspired by Fofana. Woo and proud. Yes. I live in a woo-woo palace. Me too. I'm woo-woo and delulu. I like that one too. I found if I feel like it's hard to be in the state, I ask myself, what would Ramsey from this state do and say? And bam, back in. Perfect. Perfect. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Make the merch, I'll support. Aw, thank you. I'm a woo-woo. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. These are wonderful ideas. A proud woo-wooer. I am woo-wooed and proud. I love this. I'm a woo-woo girl in a woo-woo world. Okay, wow. I'm literally writing it down because I will forget this live stream. Because I forget everything. Being delulu is actually being realistic. Yeah, totally agree with you. Yes, we are the only authority. Agreed. Woo and plastic, woo fantastic. I like that one. Woo and plastic, woo fantastic. That sounds like a song. Okay. Salty, thank you very much. Hey, Kim. Trying to stay on my shit, but see old behavior from SP that I hate and want gone. Kind of triggered. Judge me. Also, when can we have one-on-one? Salty. Salty. It's Thursday. We just talked Tuesday. It's been 2 fucking days. Who are you being? Salty. Who are you being? You have been getting absolutely fabulous movement. And you're gonna let the 3D push you around today? No. No. Who are you being? What are you doing? I do not accept. This is a hard no, a hard pass. It's been 2 fucking days. No. You stop right now. Who the fuck are you being? You're triggered by the 3D. Why? Why? I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. You cannot be triggered by anything in the 3D unless it's alive in your state. You can't be offended. You can't be angry. You can't be hurt by anything or anyone unless what they're doing resonates true with you. So who are you being right now? You better snap, crackle, pop your ass back to your fucking decision. I mean it, Salty. Get your ass back there. Why don't you show up and judge my ass, Salty? It's been 2 fucking days. We are not going to be controlled by our 3D. If we're going to be like this wimpy sweatshirt material because of an SP, who are we being? Listen, I said this in the channel membership. I've said it in coaching calls. I'm going to say it here. I think I have said it here. When we first start this journey, I look at limited beliefs like a tank of gas. When you first start the journey, your tanks are fucking full at 100%. All right? Limited beliefs, 100%. As you rise in consciousness, that tank depletes. All right? It depletes. This is why we do not beat ourselves up when we fall out of a state. We just go back to our decision. We return, right? So when we're triggered by something in our 3D, it is because we are believing in that trigger for a minute. Because there's something in our state of consciousness that is resonating with the trigger. So for example, if SP is showing up like a twat today and maybe acting like they don't love us, don't want to be with us, and it's triggering us, it is because there is a belief within us that is confirming that, and that's why we're triggered. I'm believing this. I'm seeing him show up as not loving us, not wanting me, not wanting, to be lovey-dovey to me, not choosing me. Because I'm in the state of a version of myself who has some semblance of a tank of a limited belief that I'm not going to be chosen, or that I'm not good enough, or that I'm not a priority, or that I'm unlucky in love. One of my tanks has some gas in it. And I know that's all it is. I'm being a version of myself that's believing bullshit. I am going to use this moment because I'm triggered. Here's my feedback of, oh, I need to return to my decision. I need to remind myself of who I am because I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting who I am and I'm believing in old self more. Return. Return to your decision. Okay? Madison, who says it's not? Who says it's not easy? It's a conditioned belief that we think it's hard. I hope you have breakthroughs. It's been challenging for me, but I think I'm getting over that wall. Yes, you are, Fofana, getting over that wall. Yes, you are. Okay? Hawkeyes. Oh, Hawkeyes. I just love Hawkeyes. On repeat, listening to your self-concept rampage video, and I've never felt better. I love it. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Okay? I'm loving that you love that self-concept rampage. I got more rampages coming. I do. I have a bunch of different things like that recorded and just need to be made live. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. I love you. You're here. Good. Hawkeye is a loyal HBIC. Also, boyfriend ASMR, haha, they put me in the state. What do you mean, boyfriend ASMR? Now, you know, I'm going to have to look that up. What is that? And if that's a thing, I just might do that because ASMR videos make me laugh. I don't know why they make me laugh. They make me laugh. And I made my boyfriend watch one once, and he was like, what the fuck is this? He doesn't understand, okay? He doesn't understand. Is it? It's role play? Oh my God. Lisa, another OG. Mary Kimmis, beautifulness. You've morphed into a butterfly. Thank you for all you do. Watching you evolve has been a privilege. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Lisa. And I love you, Lisa. Thank you. Another loyal HBIC. Thank you, Lisa. That was very sweet. And Mary Kimmis to you too. I'm coining that. You get the credit for it, but I'm using that. That is going to be in a video. Hold on. Okay. Mary Kimmis. Why the hell didn't I think of that myself? That's good. Monica, I'm not going to yell at you, but I'm afraid. Do you know what channel you're on, Monica? Karmic cycles. And listen, no judgment to anyone who believes in karmic cycles and healing. Bless you and your beliefs. I do not partake in those. They are not a part of my existence. So my thoughts on divine time. Now, divine time, I mean, we can spin that into your manifestation unfolding. But you see, I also believe that things can manifest instantly. So I don't believe things have to take a long time. So by divine time, I see divine time as just when your manifestation shows, when it's here. That's divine time. So there is no set, like, oh, this must take 1,000 years. No, manifestation timing, can be influenced by you. How often you're returning to who you want to be. See what I mean? But if you believe in those things, well, then your 3D is going to deliver you evidence that backs that belief up. See what I mean? So, may I ask you, Monica, why are you into tarot readings? Now, I don't mean, I shouldn't have worded it like that. Let me rewind. I don't care that you're into tarot readings. I don't give a shit. If you like your tarot readings, go do your tarot readings. Or go get them. Go get your readings. I don't care. But I feel it's a disservice to not always say when I'm asked a question about tarot or psychic read, anything outside of yourself. I feel it is my duty to always say, do you realize all of this is outside of you? And this is, what Neville was speaking of in The Pearl of Great Price. It's letting anything, any belief that's attached to the outside of you go. That's what breaks you free of attachment to your 3D, is letting things like that go. However, I know for some, placebos feel good and placebos feel helpful. And if you, like, I'm going to make a joke about moon water because that was something I did before I found Neville Goddard. I would put that bottle of water outside with my fucking affirmations written underneath it, wait in the morning so I could drink my moon water. Okay. But if it makes you feel like this is going to help me manifest if I drink my fucking moon water, then good. If you really believe that, well, then you'll have the experience of it helping you. But it's your belief, and it was you doing it all along. So, just like you said, your tarot readings, I always get good ones. Well, that's because you believe that. You believe that. Now, people that enjoy tarot readings are very, very defensive that tarot readings are just reading energy. Okay. I can, okay. I'm not going to argue with you. They're reading energy because they are reflecting you, because you're manifesting it and you're projecting it out into your reality. So it's really not the cards. I'm just saying it's reflection because of manifestation. But I don't care. I don't care. If you want to do it through placebo cards, you go do it. Here's my problem with tarot cards and psychic readings. It's when the person going to get the readings does not have a strong enough will or a strong enough mind that if they hear something they don't like your thing's going to show up in divine timing. When we hear something we don't like, or we hear something that sounds unfavorable, even though it might not be, it sounds it. And then we lose our shit and spiral, and then we worry about it, and then we focus on what we're worried about, and then we manifest from it. And it was only because we continued to focus on it that it manifested. It wasn't because you got it in a tarot reading. That's my issue with anything. So it's not just tarot, it's anything that's on the outside of you. That's the issue, is when people with weak minds go to get the readings and then cannot handle when they get a shit reading. And they don't have the wherewithal to leave what they heard at the table. They take it, they marinate in it. But I also believe in authenticity. And I have learned personally, the hard way, on this journey of manifestation, as this is nothing but a self-evolvement journey. That's all manifesting is self-evolving, right? The being authentic to yourself matters. And we're not always ready to be authentic with ourselves and what we're really thinking and believing. And when we need outside sources to make us feel better, when we need outside validation to feel good, to feel like our manifestation is working, we are not being authentic to ourselves. We are relying on our 3D for validation. We're getting it through the vessel of the tarot cards because we are worried about our manifestation. We are doubting something. In that moment, we are feeling anxious about something. That's why we're seeking the outside validation. But again, I could not give a fuck less what people do on their manifestation games. So I don't necessarily look at you as bad because you like your tarot readings. I don't care. But know why you're doing it. Know why you're doing it. It's everything is you. Everything you're experiencing is a projection of you. You don't need anything on the outside. Everything's coming from you. Your manifestations want to be manifested. Your 3D doesn't want to keep things from you. Your 3D doesn't want to make your divine timing a really long time. Everything, divine timing included, is waiting on you. Is waiting on you to believe that you are the you that has the desire. Everything's waiting on you. I know it doesn't always feel that way. I know a lot of times it feels like the exact fucking opposite. It feels like we are waiting for this to change. I know it does. But it's always waiting on you. Everything is waiting on you because of who you are. So, do I think you need to shit yourself over the divine timing? No, I don't. I think you need to decide that divine timing means sincerely nothing more than when your manifestation shows up. And no one can tell you when that is, but you can control or at least influence the speed of that time by returning to your decision. The moment you notice that you're not being that new self, return to it. Return. Okay? You, it's you. No, really. It's you. Yep, you. It is. It is. You know, the quicker you get that, accept that, and take that in, I'm telling you, it's life-changing. It's life-changing. You know, the idea is I try to prevent you from having the long, obnoxious journey that I had because I was so adamantly married to my victim state. Keeping it real, in the early days of my journey, okay, there was no TikTok, really. Or TikTok had started, I think TikTok started like a year into my very beginning journey, because I remember going straight to tarot TikTok and getting readings. And anytime it was a good reading, I'm like, oh my God, that's for me. That one's for me. That's for me. And if it was a bad one, I would start crying. Oh my God, what the fuck? We're not meant to be. She just said we're not meant to be. No, I can't have it. God damn it. And before I even found like law of attraction, I was the girl going to psychics. Yes. You spelled it perfectly, Fofana. If your 3D isn't what you like and you go tits up, you know why. You do. Pause and think about it. You'll know. Lisa is so damn right. Think about it, every single one of you. If you're currently experiencing a 3D that you're not enjoying, if you be honest with yourself, sit and think. Just sit and think for a minute. Are you really surprised by your 3D? Or do you remember secretly thinking thoughts of doubt, of worry, or maybe something specific about a specific circumstance? You know you're going to remember. You know you do. There has not been one shit circumstance that, don't get me wrong, from my victim state, when those circumstances would first show up, I was always like, how did this happen? Where did this come from? How can this happen to me? This doesn't make any sense. I was doing my manifestation techniques. How could he act like this? I don't understand. I've been doing everything right. This is such bullshit, this fucking manifestation shit. It's so fake. It's so bullshit. It's a scam. It's a fucking scam, manifestation is. I hate it. And then I get a little gentle reminder. Don't you remember thinking this? Don't you remember having your fucking daily spiral over that? Don't you remember worrying about this? And then initially, my little victim would say, oh my God, it was like one time. I only thought that like one time. I did not spiral that much. No, I didn't. No, I'm sorry. I did not spiral that much. This is bullshit. There's no reason why my 3D should look this way. No, I've been doing everything right. I was fucking lying. I was totally fucking lying. I just didn't want to own it. I didn't want to be authentic with myself. It felt better to be in self-denial. But the thing is you're not really in denial. Somewhere over here, that little whisper of, you know it's true. You know you were thinking shit. You know you were. It's right here. You can pretend that you weren't. You can pretend, but you know the truth is right in there somewhere. Sending little prickles out at you. It's never a shock. Things are never a surprise. Really. Do we have any success stories of anyone making forget someone something? Do you mean making someone forget something? Is that what you meant to say, Hina? Does like forgetting an argument, does that count? I have a few success stories from that. Forgetting arguments, forgetting a breakup. I'm trying to think of other circumstances. That's all I can think of. That's all that's coming to the top of my head in this moment. Do those count? Are those helpful? Ruby, Kim, hubby, and I are spending Christmas together. Congratulations, Ruby. This is wonderful news, Ruby. You keep remembering who you're choosing to be, Ruby. You keep remembering your decision. I definitely calls all my shit, but I fucking intend to change it. Now that's the right attitude. That's the right attitude. And you stay with that attitude and you will. You will change it all and you will get what you want. SP, forgetting why he went into no contact in the first place? Yeah. Just saying, that definitely counts. And he's been spending every weekend with me. Ruby, look at you. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. I'm very excited. That just shows me. Well done, Ruby. All right, let me back to this. Ty, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Love your videos. I was wondering what the best way to just feel loved is. My SP's birthday. Wait. Hold up. Love your videos. I was wondering what the best way to just feel loved. My SP's birthday is on the 24th, and I'm doing my best to ignore 3D. I just miss her. Okay. So are you guys in no contact? Is that what you're telling me? If you're still here, Ty, is that what you're telling me? And what do you mean by you're ignoring the 3D? Let me say something, just to make this clear for anybody else listening. I don't expect anyone to legitimately just ignore their 3D. I think people misunderstand fuck the 3D, or they equate that to ignore the 3D. But I just want to say something. You can accept what you're experiencing, right? You don't have to deny what you're seeing, but denying your senses is kind of along the lines of conviction. They kind of go together, as in, we can see what we're seeing. We can accept what's happening in our 3D. We can accept it, but we don't accept it as final, and we don't allow it to change our decision of who we're choosing to be. So I think that when we're forcing to pretend we don't see what we're seeing in the 3D, right? And then we get scared if we thought the thought about what's actually happening in the 3D, then we become afraid of our thoughts. And you don't have to force yourself to not acknowledge and accept what you're experiencing. So you see the difference in the intention? It's not that you have to walk around like, this isn't happening to me, unless that feels good, of course. You know, I don't see what I see, but I actually really see it. You don't have to do that to yourself. That's torture. It's more of, it's okay that we are we feel like we are experiencing no contact, even though we're well aware that that's not possible, because there is no such thing as really no contact. Not possible. Just because of consciousness, it's not possible. You're always connected to your person, even if you don't believe that. You are. So no contact really isn't a thing. That's why we like to just Kim it down with quiet time. It's just been quiet. But that does not stop me from getting what I want. That can never stop me from who I'm choosing to be. So if I'm choosing to be in the relationship with the person that I, in my 3D in this moment, feel like it's quiet, but somehow, some way, this is still leading me to my end. I'm still going to have that relationship with my person because I know I'm the version of myself that's having that experience. I know I'm in the right reality. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the difference? So as far as your person's birthday being on the 24th, when you miss her, have an inner conversation with her. Because you're not separate from her and you will be on her mind in that moment. So do it. Talk to her through inner conversation. Hear her voice talking to you and have her tell you the things that you wish she would tell you anyway. Okay? Because you're not disconnected from her. You're still connected. And listen, if there's a part of you that wants to send her a very innocent happy birthday text because it's her birthday, that's okay. You can do that. That's not going to ruin your manifestation. But at the same time, if you don't want to reach out to her and you would rather she come to you, okay, you can do that too. It doesn't matter is what I'm trying to say. You can't do anything in the 3D to fuck anything up. But you can focus on being the version of yourself that is loved. That all this version of you is experiencing is love, unconditional love. That's who you are now. You can do that without her in the 3D. Right? You give it to yourself first. See what I'm saying? You give it to yourself first, and then she reflects. So we don't even need her to allow you to feel loved. Now, listen, if you're thinking logically and literally, that's where it's going to trip you up. Because I know back when I started, I would have responded to what I just said to you. I would have responded to that like, oh yeah, I can just give myself love. We're not fucking talking. So how am I going to get love from him? We're not talking. Okay. He dumped me. All right, Kim. That's how I would have answered me. So logically and literally, I know the 3D might not look the way you want it to look, but give yourself the love by telling yourself that's who you are. You are the version of yourself that is in the full awareness that you are experiencing love because you are love. And all you do is experience love from the person of your choice, SP. That's all you know as this version of self. Siri, I think I've almost missed you. See what I mean? Just put the focus there. And remember, most importantly, if you've got a story with your SP, you want to decide you're the version of yourself that can let stories go. So you're not keeping unfavorable stories going about your specific person. So we can get her to show up the way you want her to. Monica N. Oh, adding things on. Okay. Adding on. She says stuff like you need to heal and love yourself more because you guys can be in union, etc. So what advice can you give or motivation? Okay, this is probably back to the tarot reader is telling you that you need to heal and love yourself more before you guys can be in union. Oh, Lord. How do you not start laughing when you hear stuff like that? I don't. Okay. Okay. If you're someone who believes that you need to heal, and you need to heal before you can have something or that you can do something. If you're believing in that, that's okay. That's your belief. You can believe whatever you want in your reality. But if you're someone who wants to be in the awareness of the limitless consciousness that you actually are, you can, and you can tap into that, and you can bypass 3D conditioning that says you need healing. And I know some people get all uptight over that. They get offended by that, and they think that's impossible because it kind of goes against the grain of what 99% of the people in this genre talk about. Well, don't you think that's a little quinky dink? And why we have so many people not getting what they want in the larger masses? Why do you think that is? You think that's a coincidence? If you think you need healing, you need healing, and you will need healing, and you will continue to need healing. Because who makes the decision for you that you're healed? Who says it? Who says, oh, you're healed now, you're good to go? Who makes that decision? Because if you don't believe your conscious awareness, right? You don't believe that's who you are, then who gives you permission? Oh, you're healed, all done. You can move on now. Now you can have love. You've given yourself enough love. It's time. You may now have what you want. Can't you hear it's just conditioning? Can't you hear it's just layers upon layers of ignorance? Can't you hear it? Can't you see it? Can't you take a step back and realize you are above healing? I know it sounds crazy, and I know it's totally against what we've all been taught. But you don't need fucking healing unless you really deep down believe you do. Then your 3D will reflect that to you, and you will get evidence that you need healing. See what I mean? Rise above that layer of ignorance. And how do you rise above that layer of ignorance? Is by remembering who you are and putting the focus there. And you will bypass all the bullshit. You will. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm not the only person who's done it. So we can't all be lying. Just saying. So that's right. God doesn't need fixing. God, aka universe, whatever you believe in, isn't limited, is not flawed. Healing implies flaws. Healing implies limits. So I think your tarot reader, probably not even their own fault, is only in the awareness of healing. You can be in any awareness you choose. Is there a reality that you need healing? The answer is you must be healed. Yes, because there's infinite versions of us, infinite states, infinite versions, infinite selves, infinite awareness. Anything you can think of is a possibility. And if it's a possibility, it exists, a possibility of existence through awareness. But just like think of awareness as big open space, like the universe, big open space. And you, your whole life, have been staring at one particular corner. Okay? So as consciousness, you've been staring at that one corner, a little side corner. And that's the corner that says you have to heal in order to get what you want. All you got to do is move your awareness over to here. And you're on another little pretty corner. And your awareness is on that now. Does that make sense? You just move where your focus is. And all of this out here will have to, like a chessboard, start moving things around to make that true for you. You're that powerful. So, Monica, I don't agree with your tarot reader. I will never tell someone that you don't need love. We all need love. We are love, right? So, but by needing it, I mean, you just need to remember that's who you are. You need to remember who you really are. You have forgotten. That's all. I don't mean you need healing. I mean, you need to remember that you are unconditional love and that you've had love all along. See what I mean? Yes, half-dead samurai. Yes, you can. But that's what you have to put in your awareness, right? Turn your head to that little side. Keep focused there. There's nothing outside of your reach. You just need to expand what? Expand your awareness to it. That's where that phrase like transcending circumstances comes from. You transcend circumstances by expanding your awareness, moving your focus to, you know, like it is nothing more than just to give you a visual of, you know, consciousness being like an eyeball in the expansion of the ether. So this big black space of every possible outcome of everything, of everyone. You just need to put that little consciousness eyeball over there and bring that to your awareness. But every possible choice is also up in that, like, ether. Think of it like that. So it's whatever you put your focus on. Yes, your 3D will validate. So think of it like, you know, you're hopping to that timeline. And for some people, that seems too woo-woo. So then think of it as your 3D recalibrating to match your awareness. Hopefully that helps. I used to have such limiting set in stone money beliefs, but meditation helped me see through them. I believe you. And now money just flows. I love that. And look at that. Look how you did that. Look how you changed. Little Gnome, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. How do we choose our preference without trying to make something happen in the 3D? I know I have it now in 4D, but not in 3D. Is this okay? All right, I got to reread that. How do we choose our preference without trying to make something happen in the 3D? I know I have it now in the 4D, but not the 3D. Okay, so when you say choosing your preference, I guess I'm going to make up my own example then. Is this like with a specific person? So we have a preference of a version of them, so that we have right now, we might be currently experiencing a different version of SP. Is that kind of like what you're referring to? And without making it happen in the 3D, you get clear of your preference, right? If you know you have it in the 4D, you know it's there. So then you must have already gotten clear over what version of your SP that you prefer. And how you make that decision or select your preference is by who you're identifying as, who you're telling yourself you are. So let's say you have an SP who is saying they don't want a relationship and they want to be with third party instead. Clearly, that's not your preference. Your preference is the version of them that is showing up, choosing you, and loving you, and only you. So you know that exists in the 4D, right? That version of your person exists in the 4D. But you need to become the version of you who has it, who has that relationship with that version of specific person. So you start identifying as it. How do you identify as that? What technique of choice do you like? Do you like affirming? Do you like visualizing or scripting? You pick your technique of choice and you start either like affirming to yourself that you are now that version of self. I am the version of myself in the most, loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with whatever SP's name is. I know that I am. Let's first of all, if they're showing up saying they don't want to be with you and they have a third party, well, that is telling me someone doesn't feel good enough or doesn't feel lucky in love, doesn't feel like a priority, doesn't feel like the person chosen. So I know that I am the version of myself that knows I am all those things. I am more than enough. Of course I'm chosen. That's who I am. That's all I know as this version of self. I'm the version of myself who knows what it feels like to be chosen, to be wanted, desired, pursued, whatever words resonate with you. You start telling yourself that's who you are. If you're a visualizer, you visualize, you choose a scene that implies that you are now that person. And it can be a scene that includes you and your SP, but you know that when you see that visual, it means I'm her. I did it. I'm there. I'm that version of myself. I am her now. And you can script that. You can have an inner conversation with someone, of choice. Doesn't matter who, telling them about your, oh my God, I got it. That's what I like to do. Oh my God, I got here. I did it. I got here. That's what I did, actually. When I talk about my September of 2022 that sucked tits, that's what I felt like I was doing, like having an inner conversation / affirmation, so like a hybrid, with my higher self. Like, oh my God, girl, I got here. I'm fucking here. I'm finally in the reality where I understand completely what it feels like to be sincerely chosen, wanted, loved like unconditional love. I get it now. I understand what they mean. I'm here. I got here. I would say things like that. And that's exactly what manifested. An intensely higher love, which is what I wanted. And it came. But I didn't feel like that right away. When I first started telling myself that, I didn't necessarily believe it. I certainly didn't see it in the 3D, and I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like I was changing, but I had conviction. But the conviction came out of anger too, for what it's worth. It came out of anger. But that conviction stayed, and that conviction has never left. And that is why I firmly believe, with all my heart, I believe this, that the main key of manifestation outside of identifying as a new self is having the conviction. Is literally, it's that fucking conviction. Conviction, conviction, conviction. There's something in conviction. There's power behind conviction. Think about, if you go back to 3D logical thinking, think about people who were against all odds, health-wise, like never supposed to walk again, never supposed to do this again, only had a few months to live. But they chose with conviction. They had the conviction of, fuck that, I don't accept that. I don't accept it. But they meant it with conviction. And they surpassed the odds. It's that I fucking refuse. It's being stubborn enough to say, no, I'm having this. And I'm not going to be my old self. I am not going to be stuck in a life that I don't love. That's one of the things I would say to myself. I refuse to be my old self. I refuse to be her. I love her, but I don't want to be her anymore. And I do love her, but I don't want her life anymore. I want change. And I will not stop doing this until I have it. And I got it. Conviction. Mara, thank you very much. SP and I have been in no contact for a month, and his sister posted a pic story of him with friends, family, and baby mama in a hot tub. He's visiting abroad for Christmas since his family, baby mama, and baby live abroad. Okay. Was there more? Was there more to that? Okay. So, are you allowing that to mean that you can't have your manifestation? Hmm? Is that what all those details you gave me? Is that what? That means you can't have what you want? Is that what you're thinking? Mara, all those little details don't mean shit. They're a manifestation of your limited self. So who are you choosing to be now? Do you think because he's off doing all of those things that you can't manifest him? Or that all of those things mean you can't have what you want? What do you believe about yourself? What do you truly believe about yourself? Do you believe you're good enough? Do you believe you're worthy of the things you desire? Start telling yourself that you are more than enough. More than enough. Remember who you are. All these details of what's happening right now outside of things, okay? None of that matters. All of that is manifestation of old you. The circumstances aren't so big that you can't manifest your person back. So put the focus on being the you that has your relationship. But don't get caught in the trap of only focusing on your specific person. Make sure you're focusing on you. Because remember, this only has to do with you. All the details about SP really don't mean a fucking thing. Other than their feedback of who you were, of who you've been. Right? So if there's a situation with a third party, what did you believe about yourself? See what I'm saying? Not from a place of beating yourself up, but see it from that place. All right? Are you worthy and deserving of a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with a version of him that shows up and chooses you and only you? Well, okay, Timothy Puckett. I'm glad I do make you feel better. Good. Welcome. I'm thinking Mara might not be here. Unless I've missed any of her responses. All the details tell me that the previous version of you probably did not know her worth, did not feel good enough. Maybe feared losing your love. So instead, put the focus on being the version of you who knows who the hell she is and what she deserves, what she's worthy of. And knows that she gets the guy. She gets the person she wants because of what? You're chosen, you're wanted, you're desired, you're pursued. You're the girl that gets the guy. Or change the wording that fits. Are you the girl that gets the girl? Or the guy that gets the guy? Right? Use the terminology that fits. But that's who you are. You're the one that gets what you want. because you know and understand and believe that you are always chosen. There's no one above you. There's no one better than you. There's never a better choice outside of you. Never. Because you know your unconditional love. Okay? Kara, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. SP said he'll let me know by January 1st if he wants a relationship with me. When I tell myself I'm new self, is it okay if I don't believe and identify with it? I can't feel it real. It feels resistive. Okay, why does it feel resistive? I mean, to broadly, I guess, answer you, it's okay if you don't believe it right now. It's okay. It's the repetition that will get you there. But what's the resistive? Why does it feel resistive? What are the thoughts that are coming in when you're telling yourself that, or when you're deciding your new self? And, you know, SP saying he'll let you know by January 1st. What a dink, first of all. Okay. He's a dink. Just saying, we have a dink version of him right now. Oh, really? You're going to know your answer by January 1st, you twat? Yeah? Are you that slow fucking minded that it takes you that fucking long to think? Turd. But he's just reflecting your limited beliefs, so I won't hate on him too much. Just saying. So, he is a turd. So, let's, Kara, take a look at what you believe about yourself. What do you believe about yourself? Do you know that you're worthy and deserving of a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with the best version of him, not this turd version of him? Right? Do you know that? Do you know you're the version of yourself that doesn't have to deal with twats who give you a specific date of when they'll let you know whether they want the relationship or not? Blech. Oh my God. Listen, I'm feeling for you. I'm just saying, I have dated twats like that. I have had my share of twats. And knowing now that they were just reflecting my own limited beliefs, bleh, still pisses me off a little bit. But I know they were just reflecting me. But still, oh my God, I'll let you know. January 1st. Oh my God, you arrogant twat. No, I'll let you know January 1st if I want to be bothered with your stupid ass. I'll let you know. Why don't you text him that? No, don't text him anything. Don't listen to me. Oh, you'll let me know? I'll let you know. Okay, dink. I'll let you know. Just saying. Okay. Sorry. And if you don't know what that means, don't tell her. Don't dirty her mind just because I'm being a turd. All right. I'm being sassy. I'm dying for you to text him that, though, but don't. I should be more professional. You know that we're not teasing you, right, Kara? We're not teasing you. It's actually because we want to stick up for you. And we want to tell him what a turd he is. How dare you think that you're so fucking great that someone's sticking around and waiting for your text on New Year's Day? Oh, how we can't live without you, sir. We're holding our breath to fucking New Year's for you. Okay. I am so for the petty. God, what is that? Swoop, swoop, swoop. The petty university. She makes me laugh. I like her. Just say it. Can't help it. I'm the wrong person to come with questions like that because I am very snarky. It's ingrained in me and I'm not changing it. Okay. Oh my God, yes. When he texts you January 1st, say, who the fuck is this? Who are you? No, don't. Don't do any of this stuff, Kara. Kara, instead, you just put the focus on you, who's worthy and deserving of a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. Why? Because you are more than enough. You are the fucking HBIC of your reality. There's nobody better than you. He's lucky you're even talking to him. That's who you are, right? You're confident in yourself. You know your worth. You know you deserve someone who can use their brain, okay? And doesn't take weeks to answer a fucking question. Just saying, all right? Just saying. Put the focus on that. Put the focus on being the version of you that always gets what she fucking wants. Okay? And realize he was just reflecting limited beliefs. Okay? He doesn't run your world, honey. He's not the boss in your reality. Do you understand that? I'm feeling for you. Why do I feel like you're young too? So I just want to hold you and hug you. Listen, I wish somebody would tell me all this shit. My mom tried to tell me. My sister tried. I wasn't listening in my younger years. I didn't give a shit what they thought. I thought I knew everything, and I put up with all sorts of shit. I should have listened, so I want you to listen to me. You need to know that you're fucking amazing now. You're fucking amazing. And you're awake to manifestation. Okay? He was reflecting your limited beliefs. That's it. Okay? But you never have to tolerate someone saying, oh, I'll let you know on January 1st whether we can be together. We can respect his wishes as far as we don't blow up his phone and beg him, right? We can honor his privacy. But I'm just saying, you are worthy and deserving of having a man be like, oh my God, I love you, please. Be my girl or be my guy or whatever. Be with me, please. I love you. I can't live without you. You're amazing. You're the most amazing person I've ever encountered. You deserve that. So identify as being that version of yourself. You're the version of you that receives respect and love. Okay? That was a turd version of him, I'm just saying. Do not let him think that you've been just waiting for his call, okay? No. The version of you who knows her worth doesn't have to wait for shit. The version of you who knows her worth and knows that she's fucking more than enough is living her life and is happy as hell, knowing she's going to get the best version of him. She's not sitting around waiting. Okay? This goes for just more than just Kara. This is for all of us, okay? And it's not just for the women, it's for the men too, because sometimes we got, you know, everybody's included. We all know what it's like to be in love with someone that is unrequited love and they're acting like twats. Stringing along, okay? Well, now we're awake to manifestation. So we know why we were being strung along. Our own limited beliefs. Not because the person stringing us along is the most amazing person ever. No, they're actually their worst version. Okay? We are all deserving of mutual love. And to get it, you have to know it. Know who you are. Okay? I'm just saying. When it feels resistive, Kara, there's probably one of two things happening. Number one, it's because you don't believe it because you're attached to the 3D reality and because you're listening more to, you know, who he was when he even gave you that message. Or it's because you just don't believe that you're good enough to have the relationship that you want from him. It's right. And both of them are connected to that not good enough. So put the focus on knowing that you are more than enough. More than enough. And you're the version of yourself that can let old stories go. so we can let the old story go of his turd version so we can get the better version of him. Okay? But, just saying. I feel bad. You guys heard Poop? She's a loud drinker, isn't she? Come here, Poop. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Come here. Come on. Well, they can't see over here. Come here. Come on up. You want to come up? What if I give you one of these? Can you come up? You want to come up for one of these? You want to come up here for one of these? You come up here? Come up here and say hi? Yeah, come say hi. There she is. See her little, can you guys see her? Come here, come over here. Here, come here. You see her Christmas bow? Come on, come on up. She's got a Christmas bow on. Huh. You girl. Oh, are you okay? Oh, poor girl. Did you fall? She slipped. Are you okay? You're okay. You're okay. Do you want a different kind of treat? Do you want another treat? Let me go give her one of her good treats. Hold on. Come here. Come here. Oh. There you go. There you go. Okay. Oops. Okay. Ah. Oh my God, my dog just heard the bag open. Oh, did you? You gotta give her something. JLS, give your dog a treat. She came running for it. Go give her a treat. I am the worst person to watch your animals. Don't ever have me watch one of your animals because they will come back 20 pounds heavier because I cannot not spoil animals. Just saying. All right. Manifest. Oh, wait. Come on. Come on. Where'd you go? There we go. Manifesting Maven again. Thank you very much. Oh, Kim, I went balls to the wall today and said, fuck this, and made choices in my 3D that scares me. But I said, no, I'm new self and trusting. I'm dying to know what those choices are. I'm dying to know. What happened? What'd you do? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But I'm so nosy and I'm dying to know. And yeah, your new self, don't fucking worry about it. Claim it. You made your choices. Now own them. Own it. Did you get you gave the treat, JLS? Good. Thanks for saying what, Summer? Kim, I agreed to things that I wouldn't have because I let old story go. Interesting. Good. Good. Did old story keep you anchored to the old world, to the old reality that we want to leave anyway? Good. You made the right choice. Oh, your dog needed one too? Oh. Did you give Zoro one? I hope. I'll share full details on the next Tuesday. Lots of shit went down today, but so saw a new version of something and I let go of the old version, old circumstances. Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait to hear. Oh, wait. Tuesday. We're not having a Tuesday group. Hold on. Due to the Christmas holiday. But hold on a minute. Let's look at this right now. Good thing you said that because I forgot. We will probably we'll have the Tuesday group on Thursday. We'll have it on Thursday. Normal time, though. Fuck, I almost forgot about that. Good thing you said that. Okay, I wrote that down. Fuck. Thank you for reminding me about that, girl. You didn't even know you were reminding me. Good thing you said that. Yeah, I think that is the 28th. Yep, it is. Poop is making you thirsty. Yeah, Britt, how long are you here for? You'll be in London. Are you still going to join us from London? I mean, I understand if you don't want to because you'll be busy. Kim is thriving. Oh, passionately Taylor Marie. Thank you. Oh my God, Melly Mel. Look at you. Look at all my new best friends. Keep the compliments coming. No, just kidding. Ooh, you need to, Bryn. How exciting you'll be in London. What time? That'll be late for you. That'll be like early morning for you in London, right? What are they, 5-6 hours ahead? 5 or 6 hours? Aw, Drew. Thank you. Poop? No, ma'am. What are you doing? Don't you do it. She gets into sassy mode when I'm not giving her full attention, and she goes and headbutts anything that has a possibility of falling over. She headbutts it to make it fall, to make me give her attention. She's right here. Nuzzle in her face. What are you doing? They can see you. Did you know that? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, pretty girl? Are you pretty? She knows she's pretty. Okay. You gonna stay back there? Okay. Who's VHS girl? You're my new bestie. You're looking so ravishing. Thank you so much. Passionately Taylor Marie. We miss you. We miss your chit chats in the group. Let's see. Whoops. Why isn't that letting me like that one? There it goes. Okay. VHS. Oh, look it. It's VHS girl's turn anyway. VHS girl, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. I love you. I love you too. I wanted to do a super chat for this question. My SP is very popular and probably has lots of people manifesting him. Should this bother me at all, or does it absolutely not matter? It absolutely does not matter. It should not bother you at all. Let's use an example of someone that I think is hot. There's a lot of people I think are hot. Jason Momoa is one of those people. Right now, I'm on a kick of the lead singer of Panic at the Disco. I'm ready. What the fuck's his name? I don't remember his name. Felt like it started with a B, but I could be wrong. But let's just say for the shits and giggles of this conversation that I wanted to manifest either one of them. And I started to decide to be the version of myself that was in a relationship with either one of them. Thank you, the wishful raven. Yeah, give me a like, bitches. 267 of you. It's fucking Christmas. Can I have a present? How about a like? That's free. Jason Brandon, I was right about him to be. I was right. There's something sexy about him. He's younger than me. Well, so is Jason Momoa. I don't give a fuck if they're younger. That doesn't mean anything to me. Age is just a number. But there's something sassy cutie about him. Couldn't be that I just watched the same live performance of that. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. I'd play it, but I think the live stream would get copyrighted, so I can't. I want to play it anyway. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I won't get copyrighted. Let me start it over. Are they not together anymore? Can you see it on the TV? See the reflection in the window? There's his sexy ass. It will. It'll go to copyright. Man, ready for the sequel. Yeah, we don't want it to get copyrighted. Boo-hoo. Hey, look, Ma, I made it. You heard what? You're lying, Fofana. You heard Amber Heard broke them up? How? How? Yes, manifesting Maven, we fucking can. Yes, we can. Well, here's the thing, is even if they do copyright it, I don't give a fuck. They won't take my video down. They'll just copyright the video. So they'll get the, what do you call it? They get the, they get AdSense. They'll get the AdSense from the video, from the live stream. I don't fucking care. Fine. It's one fucking video. Okay? Just saying. All right. Yeah. So let's just say I was manifesting him. And, you know, obviously he has fans. So if all his fans were manifesting at the same time that I was, it wouldn't fucking matter. Because it's my reality that matters. Everyone is the head bitch in charge of their own reality. See what I'm saying? So that's why because just so you know, you're not the first person to ask me a question like this. You know, what if so-and-so is manifesting my SP? Now what? What? Now what? Does not matter. It only matters if you think it matters. If you believe that that's a problem. Do you see what I'm saying? If you think that they can manifest them away from you, then that'll be a thing. But outside of that, no. See what I'm trying to say? So you have nothing to worry about. Literally, don't even let it be a blip in your mind. It doesn't matter. Remember, there's infinite versions of us, so that means there has to be infinite versions of everyone else. So from different perspectives, different realities, different outcomes. So I guess, in a kind of a fucked up, twisted way to look at it, everyone could manifest the same person and could be successful from their reality perspective. But we would never be the wiser because of the different states, the different versions of self. Do you see what I'm saying? Let me say that like this. Everyone you're intermingling with is your version of them. So right now, there's 262 people watching this live stream. 260, oh, now it's 260. 260 of you are all intermingling with different versions of me. But I'm not the wiser of it. I have no fucking clue what version of me is showing up in your reality. I only know the me I am right here. See what I'm saying? So like, there's a bunch of, you know, names that I'm used to, usernames, and I'm used to seeing because they show up often, or they're in my channel membership. So I tend to remember channel member names. And if you're someone that shows up often, I get to remembering the usernames and remembering your scenarios if you've shared them. But you are, that version of you is special to my reality. So the version of you that I'm intermingling with could be a totally different one that you think you are. You see what I'm saying? So there's never anything to fear. I mean it when I say that no one and nothing can get in the way of your manifestation ever. Ever. And for the sake of conversation, because I feel like somebody's thinking this right now. I'm not psychic. That's not what I'm saying. I just have a weird feeling. And I get asked this a lot, especially with SP manifestors. For people that have manifested, well, or attempted to manifest an SP and then gave up and moved on to a different SP. A lingering fear that haunts your brain. Why do I think I can manifest this SP when I never manifested the first SP? Why do I think I can do this now? Why do I think I can manifest the SP2 when I never manifested SP1? And my response to you is, who said you never manifested them? Who said your manifestation was done? You're declaring it done. But who said it was ever done? Who said it's not the unfolding based off of who you were choosing to be? But who said it was actually done? If we don't know the how, the when it's going to unfold, your experience, so if it feels like you never manifested them, that's been your experience from a reflection of who you were dominantly being. Didn't mean the manifestation failed. And this is why more people than not, when they move on to a second specific person, eventually that original SP shows up. Just saying. So for any of you out there thinking things like that, how can you declare that a manifestation failed if the only perspective you have is you haven't seen it in the 3D yet? That still doesn't mean it failed. It still doesn't mean it won't show up. Everything's based on who you're being. So if you are being the version of you that thinks that it never showed up, well, your reality is going to reflect that. But the moment you start opening yourself up to it never failed, and it could still show up at any time, it will show up. Just saying. I don't know why that just came out of my mind, but not that anybody asked me that question. So weird that everyone is talking about Momoa here, because it's one of the few little things that remind me of SP, because one time he joked they look the same. Ooh, really? Yes, Denise. Yes, there will be. But what? But I'm feeling increasingly like I've been taken for a fool, and it's making me angry. The past 2 weeks, very angry inner conversations have been coming into my mind. How to stop? Callie, what do you mean by you've been taken like a fool? By who? Your SP? Your SP's been taking you like a fool? How's that possible? How's that possible? What are you believing about yourself that you could possibly be taken for a fool? Your SP can't just show up any which way they want to. They can only reflect you. So who are we really angry at? Where's the rest of it? Yeah, I'm not going to chase that, Kelly. I fucking see how many chats are. Come on. Repost it. Yes, nobody can make a fool out of you. That's only a perspective. Exactly. Your SP lied to you after they had intimacy. Okay, so that's a transgression. You've been lied to. You've been hurt. You've been deceived. How's that possible in your 3D? How's that possible? Unless that's something that rings true for you. That's why I said that earlier in the call, in the live stream. You cannot be hurt or angry or deceived unless it rings true for you. Unless something within your state of consciousness resonates with that. You can't. You can't be deceived. And you can't even take that perspective unless who you're being is resonating with a belief that matches you being treated that way. Do you see what I mean? This isn't a blame or shaming type of thing. This isn't me trying to say, so look, it's all your fault. I don't mean it like that. I mean, nothing out here is happening for any other reason, for any outside cause, other than who you are and who you believe you are. And I know some of us have a hard time accepting that. Most of the time, it's because you're thinking logically and you're thinking thoughts like, I never thought he was going to lie to me. I'm not saying you're thinking that, but I'm saying I'm thinking in general. I never thought that thought. I never thought he would do anything like that to me, Kim. So no, that's not possible. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's definitely possible, especially if we have beliefs such as, not saying you have these beliefs, I'm saying such as not good enough, not a priority, not lucky in love, right? There's a number of different beliefs that can manifest out something like that. It is not our individual thoughts that manifest. It is our beliefs, aka our state of consciousness. We manifest from our state. We manifest from our state. We manifest who we believe we are, who we really believe we are. So, not to say your feelings aren't valid. Feelings are always valid. You're not wrong for being angry or hurt that you feel like he lied to you. You're not wrong for that, right? We're never wrong. But now let's look deeper. Let's look deeper, because playing the conversations over and over your head is going to keep manifesting you bullshit that you don't want. So we're going to stop the shitty inner conversations because they're not doing you any good. Replaying moments over and over again, unless they're favorable moments, not doing you a service. You're manifesting from the known. I can't stress how we don't want to do that. Not if we want what we really, really want. Yes, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent, 100%. If he wanted to, he would. I'm assuming, Gabs, are you bringing that up as, as in one of those stupid fucking little phrases out in the 3D world? Are you bringing it up as so we can laugh at it? Oh, what's a good thing to think instead of that? Okay. Yeah, because that is the dumbest one. That is the dumbest one. That dating advice in general is dumb. If he wanted to, he would. Well, if you actually think like that 24/7, he is going to show up like shit. He is. And he's going to show up not wanting you because you think like that. Just saying. And it screams what you really believe about yourself. It screams that you don't have shit for a self-concept. Just saying. But they don't see it that way. They think, oh my God, if he wanted to, he would, girl. Just get over him. He's not worth it. We can acknowledge we're experiencing turds, but we acknowledge that we're getting our own projection, unfortunately, right? Our projection is reflected back. So what are our beliefs? So what's a better thing to say? If he wanted to, he would. He wants to, if he could. He wants to, if he could, but he has to wait on you to decide who you are so that he can show up the way you want him to. His true nature is unconditional love, just like yours is. But he can't show up the way we want him to until we know who we are, until we're the versions of ourselves that will fucking allow them to show up. Right? He wants to and he will. Yeah. If I want him to, he will. I like that one. They are so dumb, Camille. So dumb. He wants to if he could. Yeah. Yeah. Manifesting Maven. Mic drop. End of story. We can end manifesting content now. But seriously, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Oh, I can't stand him either, Batch. I can't stand that shit either. Yes, don't let people tell you shit you don't want. It's so fucking true. I think so too, Fofana. I think it too. I think it's why I get asked about that a lot. I think it bothers a lot of people because a lot of us are conditioned with a lot of those type of phrases, right? And, some of us had our own loved ones teaching us stuff like that. And no offense to our loved ones, right? Because they were conditioned with it too, and they were doing it to protect us. But none of those phrases are truth. And all they were doing, those phrases, were keeping us in a cycle of shitty, unfulfilling relationships. Shitty cycles of shitty relationships or shitty experiences in love. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like, I see the channels of dating advice or what men are really thinking, what women are really thinking. I don't understand that content. I don't understand. What do you mean what men are really thinking? You're thinking for all men? Your opinion, your idea, what you're thinking is what all men are thinking? No, just saying. But we're going to get back what we're thinking. We're going to experience what we're thinking. We're awake to that. I was told my whole life if he wanted to, he would. I think a lot of people have been hearing that one. My SP watch those types of videos. Ugh. They're terrible. Top 10 signs you're an alpha male. Blech. Please. So silly. Hitman Thornton, how are you? Happy holidays to you. Oh my God, I agree, Half Dead Samurai. I swear half the people on social media are just feeding each other limiting beliefs and negative stuff. I totally fucking agree. I also believe that a large percentage of people present themselves as not who they really are on social media too. I really believe that. Really, really, really believe that. That's probably my own limiting belief though. I think I've told you all that. Well, like when I made this channel and I started, getting to know other people and stuff in videos, how bummed I was, like disappointed. And realize I'm like, oh my God, that person, that is not how they are presenting themselves in videos. You fucking liar. Oh, it deflated me. It took all the wind out of my sails. Except for the ones that like I was so excited because, the ones that are really actually who they are. They really are that person on the outside too. That restored some of my faith. That has to be connected to a belief of mine though, right? Just keeping it real. I know that. But there were some I was like, how dare you? How dare you? You don't believe any of the shit you're saying. You don't live like that. Oh my God. Yes, I agree, Lorena. Agree, Manifesting Maven. Agree. Agree, Madison. Yes. I see so many people on social media telling each other to give up on their love interests. It's so sad. Yeah, that is sad. It's ridiculous. And you know why they're telling you to give up? Because they gave up on something. Because misery loves company. That's my belief. Misery loves company. So they give that advice, coming up like they're a hero in the video. Move on. Just move on. Because they did. They moved on. They gave up on something. Don't give up unless you really, really want to. Don't give up. I wouldn't give up on anything. Autumn, you're sick now? Oh, no. Well, we intend that you feel better. Who's Andrew Tate? Why I recognize that name, but I don't know who it is. Andrew Tate. I recognize the name, but I'm not sure who that is. Is that a YouTuber? Why do coaches say you can't manifest specific amounts of anything? Money, trips, like the universe doesn't understand numbers, general feels well. Whoever is saying that is feeding you bullshit. That's not true. I manifested an exact amount. Like to the T, to the penny, the exact amount. Yes, you can. It's your choice. Meaning for those of you who don't want to say a specific amount, you don't have to. Money will come to you. But for those of you that want a specific amount, the money will come. You can be as specific as you want. Yeah, no, that's not true. And trips and things, you can manifest whatever the fuck you want. You can be as specific as you want. 100%. They're feeding you bullshit. He's the bald guy with a brother. Let's not corrupt poor Kim. Don't tell her about him. You are sweet, Madison. He's terrible. Well, you know my nosy ass is going to look him up as soon as we're off this live stream. Is he, what was he, is he an idiot or what? He's a what? I don't want to know. Okay. Oh. Protect Kim. Oh, no. No, I need to know. He's a bald-headed douche nozzle. Save yourself, Kim. He's so limited. Okay. Oh, he's a misogynist. Yeah, I probably won't like him. Really? But he has a huge following. That doesn't mean anything. That just means a whole bunch of asleep people. He says what? He says things like women are basically expired after age 25. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have told me. Oh, Lord. Clearly stupid. Stupid people then. He looks like a beat up Mr. Clean. Oh no. So why don't we have any badass women out there? Fucking snap, crack, and popping his ass? All of us just taking our anger out on Andrew Tate. Yeah. Oh, God. That's fucking funny. Let's see. Oh, that's so fucking funny, man. He's in jail? Good. There was a dating coach like that. He's down now. Good. What if you have so many affirmations and you're not sure which affirmation, if they're all important? Why not? Okay. There's nothing wrong with having, a million affirmations. You already know I have said that a million times. Doesn't matter how many you have, but if you're feeling overwhelmed by them because you have so many and they all are super important to you, then why not simplify it by making just one affirmation mean all of those affirmations, like new self, like I am new self. You don't have to use new self. You could use I am Hitman 2.0. Hitman 2.0 is the manifested version of yourself that has everything that whatever all your affirmations are. That's who Hitman 2.0 is. Lots and lots of gigs, so busy, he doesn't know what to do with himself, right? You're booked and overbooked. You got so much money coming in, you don't know what to do about it. Whatever other areas you are wanting to manifest in, decide that is all Hitman 2.0 and just start telling yourself that's who you are. So that you know when you say I'm Hitman 2.0, it means all of my affirmations. And if your mind, if you're instantly thinking logically like, how is my subconscious going to know what all my affirmations are? You wouldn't have ever been able to even think of the affirmation if it wasn't already in there. You just need to tell yourself you're it. You're more powerful than that. I promise. The moment you say it, this is why I say make a new self list, Hitman. Make a new self list. So you have that physical paper to make you feel better, that you wrote it down on the paper, that my affirmation. Who I want to be is on this piece of paper. And I'm going to title this paper Hitman 2.0. And I'm going to know that every time I say that, it means everything I wrote on that list. Your mind, whether you are going to be able to consciously catch it as it flashes, is going to flash across your mind anyway. Your mind, your consciousness anyway. See what I'm saying? Your subconscious is you. The subconscious is you. Don't worry about what 3D shit says. I'm telling you, God is not limited by anything. Universe is not limited by anything. Know who Hitman 2.0 is. Yes, I am new self. The new self list was a game changer for me. LJ, honey, it was a game changer for me. It was a game changer for me too. Yes, new self list for 2024. Love it, Lorena. What is something about manifestation that you wish you would have known sooner? Well, truthfully, I wish I had understood states of consciousness in state 1. I wish I understood what states meant to manifesting on day 1. What else? What else? I wish I had understood what detachment properly meant. I wish that. Which by detachment, I mean not detaching from your manifestation, detaching from allowing the 3D to tell you that you're not who you are choosing to be. I wish I had understood that. Do any of those help? There's a lot of things. I think the number one thing would be I wish that it had been clearly talked about. See, when my journey started, there was no such thing as law of assumption channels. There were none. And there wasn't Neville Goddard recordings. There wasn't anything like that on YouTube yet. There were just tricklings of law of attraction channels. And there weren't a lot of them, just little tricklings of them. And then came an influx of Abraham Hicks videos. And then eventually more and more law of attraction channels. No one ever spelled out states of consciousness. No one did. I wish someone had. And I wish I had comprehended it, because it would have changed the game for me. But I didn't understand victim state. I didn't understand that I was in a victim state. I wish I had understood that. And I wish someone had talked bigger than just affirming. And I wish someone spelled out what affirming is doing instead of delivering it like affirming to get your manifestation. No, affirming is so that you will change self. Affirming is to change your state, that you've got to become this new you to get the shit. I wish that had been spelled out to me, because I didn't that was not spelled out, period. So I wish that's the one thing I wish it had been spelled out. They are, Lorena. Just like when you're brand new to reading Neville can be hard to understand too. But I promise you that if you keep at it, keep returning to it as you rise in consciousness, it's all going to make sense. Anyway, on this note, I must go. I must go to bed. I have to get up early. I have a coaching call before the fucking channel membership, okay? So... Well, LJ, that makes me feel glad. Thank you. What the fuck is a vortex? You know, that's exactly how I used to feel. Like, what in the fuck is she talking about? Fucking vortex. I get it now. I understand what she means now. If she had just used different terminology, I think a lot less people would have been confused. Should just use just a different word. You know? Just use a different word. Or, you know, I don't know. Anyway. Woo! Whoopsie. All right. I love you all. I'll see you all soon. I mean, there'll be videos up, of course, but I don't think I'll be live again before Christmas unless something happens and I got the time, then I will. But if not, Merry Christmas. No, Merry Kimmas. And I will see you in a live stream after the holidays, okay? I love you all. Hot seat channel members, I'll see you in the morning, okay? Merry Christmas, Merry Kimmas. And yes, this live, it should be uploaded and staying on the channel.